Hi, we are reading the story. We're on page 82 and we're moving a little bit quickly today because we have an appointment. So, so Balaam had just been whipping the donkey, and the donkey talked back to him and said, "Don't you see that angel there?" Now, Israel was staying in Shittim. Don't really like that word. Maybe we'll call it Shittim. Just changed it. It's now pronounced Shittim. The men began to indulge. Okay, so let's see. The Israelite men began loving Moabite women like wives when they weren't their wives. And the Moabite women had invited the men to sacrifice to their idols. So there was a lot going on there. They were not only disobeying.
Evil.
They were not only disobeying, they were openly sacrificing to Moabite idols. The people ate the sacrificed meal and bowed down before these Moabite idols. So Israel yoked themselves to the Baal of Peor. Yoke themselves means join themselves to the point where they couldn't be easily removed. And the Lord's anger burned against Israel. And the Lord said to Moses, so this is when they're still in the wilderness. I didn't even realize that. I mean, I guess I should have because we haven't come out of the wilderness yet, but there's a lot going on here.
They haven't reached the promised land yet?
No.
Wait, didn't they reach it, but then they went back?
We already talked about, they surveyed it, yes. Take all the leaders of these people, kill them, yikes, and expose them in broad daylight before the Lord, so that the Lord's fierce anger may be turned away from Israel. So Moses said to Israel's judges, each of you must be put to death. Each of you must put to death those of your people who have yoked themselves to the Baal of Peor. So those people that they joined themselves to a degree that they couldn't be easily removed from idol worship. They've so entwined themselves. Usually that occurs if, I don't really know actually, but to me it seems like maybe they started families with Moabite women even though they weren't supposed to, and perhaps their family was centered on this worship, Baal worship. To me, that's where you can't easily get out of it. But then an Israelite man brought into the camp of a Midianite woman right before the eyes of Moses and the whole assembly of Israel while they were weeping at the entrance to the tent of meeting.
Wait, what happened?
An Israelite man brought into the camp a Midianite woman before Moses and the whole assembly. This was while they were weeping at the entrance to the tent of meeting. When Phinehas, son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw this, he left, took a spear, and followed the Israelite. And he defeated both of them. Then the plague against the Israelites was stopped, but those who died in the plague numbered 24,000. The Lord said to Moses, Phinehas, I'm going to call him
Phineas.
Well, it's not spelled like Phineas is spelled. I'm just saying it Phineas. But I'm going to call him Phinehas, son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, has turned away my anger from the Israelites. Since he was as zealous for my honor among them as I am, I did not put an end to them in my zeal. Therefore tell him, I am making my covenant of peace with him. He and his descendants will have a covenant of a lasting priesthood because he was zealous for the honor of his God and made atonement for the Israelites. As the battle for the promised land approached, Moses took a census and discovered that all the Israelites who had rebelled against God's instruction 40 years earlier, that all of them had passed away. After all these years, the next generation was finally about to enter the land, but Moses himself had to face the sad reality of tough consequences. The Lord said to Moses, go up this mountain in the Abarim range. Sorry, I was just thinking, okay. Anyway, and see the land I have given the Israelites. After you have seen it, you too will be gathered to your people as your brother Aaron was. For when the community rebelled, In the desert of Zin, both of you disobeyed my command and did not honor me as holy before their eyes. Moses said to the Lord, may the Lord, the God who gives breath to all living things, appoint someone over this community to go out and come in before them, one who will lead them and bring them in, so the Lord's people will not be like a sheep without a shepherd. So the Lord said to Moses, take Joshua, son of Nun, a man in whom is the spirit of leadership, and lay your hand on him. Have him stand before Eleazar the priest and the entire assembly, and commission him in their presence. Give him some of your authority, so the whole Israelite community will obey him. So here we're seeing the final days of Moses, and we're also seeing Joshua being anointed to take leadership, the leadership position of the Israelites. We're on page 83, and we have to stop there.